Hey folks, how we doing? It's Mr. Carter here. Ready to do homework 610. Go ahead and put your name on this if you haven't yet already, and let's begin. So we are measuring angles today with a protractor, and we're going to use our half circle protractor that you should have brought home with you today for homework. So you should have that kind of protractor ready to go. You're asking us here to first estimate whether these angles are more or less than 90 degrees, then use the half circle protractor to measure them. So let's start with number one. So if I'm looking at angle A over here, I'm noticing that it is starting from here, the arc goes from there to there, and that to me looks like it's less than 90 degrees. So how we use these half circle protractors is you find the middle point here, and your protractor should have this midpoint here. You want to line that up with your vertex. And then you want to line up one of your angles, your rays, with that 0 degree mark. So you want to make sure those are lined up. Then you look at your other ray, and that's going to be the measure of your angle. So my protractor is a little bit bigger than the angle, so I'm going to take a piece of paper or some other kind of straight edge and line it up. Okay, so I'm seeing here that this angle goes to about the 60 mark or the 120 mark. See, most protractors have both numbers on here, and you have to ask yourself, well, I know that this looks like a less than 90 degree angle, so it's got to be that 60 degrees. So it's not going to be 120. So our answer here is 60, and there's already the degree symbol there, so you don't need to go ahead and fill that in. So let's look at angle B. Now looking at angle B, and the arc goes like this, and that to me looks like it's larger than a 90 degree angle. Now for this, I'm going to have to take my sheet, my homework sheet, and turn it upside down to measure it. So again, I'm going to take this middle mark and I'm going to line it up with the vertex of the angle, like so, put it right on that letter B, and I'm going to line up this array here with my 0 mark. And you'll notice that there's 0 and 180 degrees, so we're just going to go with that 0 mark. Now I need to go with my other ray to measure how big the angle is. So I'm going to take my straight edge, or my piece of paper that I have here, and look at where it goes. So it goes here with the number 150 or 30. Well, I know that when I looked at the angle before, it was an angle larger than 90 degrees. So it's going to be that 150 degree measurement, not the 30 degrees, because this angle is bigger than 90 degrees. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in. So that was 150 degrees. So now what we're going to need here is to take our protractor and again put our protractor, the center here right on that vertex C, and I'm going to line up that first ray here with my 0 again. Well, this one's very close to 90, but not quite 90 degrees. And I'm going to put my paper on it. Now, this one doesn't happen to line up nicely with, a whole number. So I'm going to take my paper and I'm going to go like this on this side, just to kind of help us count here. So I'm going to notice here that it starts from 80, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's about 84 degrees, if you notice that. So that's going to be 84 degrees. Again, because I was looking at it and I noticed that it's not quite that perfect L, which would make it that 90 degrees, but it's just slightly short of that. Okay, so now we need to draw angles using the given measures. So what we're going to need to do is take our protractor. I'm going to start with one of my rays, and I'm just going to use the straight edge here on the protractor to draw that. So I'm going to draw my vertex, and I'm going to draw one of the rays, which would be my 0 line. So now I'm going to put that vertex on that line right here. And I'm going to take my straight edge, and I'm going to try to find where 150 degrees is. And it's kind of off my paper, but we can still draw it. Okay, so my 150 degree line is right here. So I'm going to slide my, hold on, moving around here. So I'm going to slide my protractor out very gently, leave my paper still. So we're going to go like this and finish drawing our angle. Okay, I'm going to have you practice number 5 on your own. See if you can do that using the same method I just taught you here. So let's look at number 6. So they're asking us to draw an angle that measures 300 degrees. Now, so that's going to require us to take a little bit of thinking, because the biggest angle that we can use on a half circle is 180 degrees, or a straight line. We don't have 300 degrees. But what we do need to do is use what we know about full circles. Full circles are 360 degrees. So we're going to just go ahead and take an angle that's measured 60 degrees, and we're going to do the reflex angle of that. And I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. So we're going to measure an angle that's 60 degrees. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my vertex and a straight line, so my straight edge, like so. And then I'm going to put my center mark here on my vertex, like so. And I'm going to look for 60 degrees, which looks like this. So I'm going to go ahead and make a dot over here, and that's going to tell me where to draw my straight line. So I'm going to go ahead and connect those like that. So now this is my angle of 60 degrees. So from here to here is 60 degrees, but I know a full circle is 360. So I know that from here to here will be 300. So I'm going to, instead of draw my arc from the middle, I'm going to draw my arc on the outside, make it look like a reflex angle. And one thing I forgot to do at number 5 was label our angle. So we're going to go back and do that in a second. But we're going to label this K, L, and M. So we need to put a dot K here and L in our vertex, because our middle letter is always our vertex, and M over here. So this is angle K, L, and M. Let's go back to number 4. And I forgot to put our arc here too. So our arc is like this. And we're going to measure our angle, or we're going to label our angle. So it's going to be Q. R is our vertex again, because the vertex is always the middle letter. Sorry about that. It's blurry. So yeah, so it's QR, and then our other letter here is S. So this is angle Q, R, and S. All right, so this is some addition and subtraction review on the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and do 7 and 9 for you, and you're going to do 8 and 10 on your own. So if we go 7 plus 4, that's 11. Carry the 1. 1 and 0 is 1. 8 and 0 is 8. 3 and 2 is 5. 4 plus 2 is 6. And don't forget to go ahead and put your comma there. The answer is 65,811. All right, number 9, we are subtracting. So 2 take away 1 is 1. 4 take away 5, we can't do that, so we do need a trade. So we're going to trade from the hundreds place. Take one of the 9 hundreds away and make it 8. Trade it for 10 tens to make it 14 tens. 14 take away 5 is 9. 8 take away 8 is 0. 7 take away 3 is 4. And 8 take away 2 is 6. And go ahead and put your comma in where it belongs. This is 64,091. Hope this was helpful. If you have questions, please come and see me. Have a good night.